the daily impact that you have on people's lives.
I would take somebody off the street who is passionate and believes in your vision and the product, but it was really, what is the impact that we have on society?
Awesome, so I'm here with Ollie, VP of Marketing at NCR Voyix, and incredible career trajectory. Literally globetrotting around the world at Siemens, Aviva, Schneider Electric, Honeywell. Now here, like that's, pretty phenomenal journey. From Germany to here, spent a lot of time in the Middle East. If I'm somebody out there and I want to be a leader at a public company in marketing, like what would you give your advice to like the younger self or somebody that's graduating or recently in their early career today to, eventually grow to where you're at today? Because it's pretty phenomenal trajectory that you've had.
No, excited to be here. Thanks, Nick. I have to say, been had an amazing journey, and it didn't start off that way that I said I wanted to be in marketing. I was always intrigued by anything related with data. So I figured, in order to explore a little bit further, maybe a degree in computer science might not be bad.
Yeah.
And then I kind of almost stumbled into marketing and noticed that, while it's important from a marketing perspective to connect emotionally with your audience, but the power of data. So those two things really intrigued me.
Okay.
How can you look at the outcome, the benefits we bring to our audiences, looking at the data to trigger the right emotion and the right outcome to the right audience at the right time. And then that's where it got started. And very early on, I think back then it was called e-marketing. It wasn't even called digital marketing. Started there, and then it kind of grew into more and more responsibility. And I think if you're passionate about it, it will come. Yeah,
that's awesome. Like, the other kind of cool thing is, like, we were chatting about, we took as I'm newer here, we took the hour-and-a-half ride from O'Hare Airport and
enjoying Chicago traffic.
Enjoying the Chicago traffic. And what I think is really phenomenal is kind of the way you do analogies or explanations. You're talking about with your daughters and explaining like what you do for a living, right? When they're in their class and the teacher says, what do your parents do? And the way that you describe it from an emotional component, I think is brilliant. And I think a lot of people building out their brands or companies build their brands is the way they should think about it. Could you kind of explain that? And it's rather than like the what, this is what we do, it's why and how we do it, and that kind of like ship-shifting that helps people understand that emotional connection.
Yeah, happy to. My favorite example is with my two daughters, when we talk about what do mom and dad do? My wife also happened to be in marketing, so we have nothing to talk about at home. And it's
very creative household.
That's what we like to think. But I know my place.
Okay.
And the two little ones, Amy and Megan, we were talking about, I think we were at Starbucks, and there was a certain scanner device that we had there, and they were talking about what mom and dad do for a living. And yes, the specific example was around Honeywell. I could have talked about the fire, advanced detection systems, etc., but it was really, what is the impact that we have on society? And back then, when you think about the Honeywell space building automation, it's truly about how do you keep people and places safe. The technology is an enabler, and then you start that conversation. I think at NCR Voyix, we have a very similar, if not even more powerful story, because we think about it, what we do enabled so many beautiful moments in life. The dinners that you have when you go out with your family, when you think about anything that when you look for the perfect gift, when you go to retail store. I mean, we touch billions of lives every day and nobody ever knows. And that's the beauty about it. But when we think what we do for society, that really gets me and everybody else that we're talking about really excited.
Yeah, like we're enabling somebody to have an amazing experience on their first date, or a parent buying groceries at Whole Foods or buying diapers at Target, like the different types of places we impact, I think. And like from an emotional standpoint, like we're empowering people to live their lives and be them, which I think is pretty powerful.
And creating those memorable moments. You know, we all get lost in there's school and there's work and there's all those things we have to focus on. But those few moments that we have with the people that we love and enjoy time with, they usually are in an environment that we as NCR Voyix touch. And we are at the core of how meaningful that experience is. It's almost like when you compare it to IT. Nobody will ever call IT and say, you know what, my Outlook was up and running all day, thank you IT. But they will call the minute something is down, right?
Oh,
it's the same within a restaurant, right? If the experience from from when you make the reservation, when you show up, the way your food shows up, the entire experience for you to have that moment, everything else needs to come together, and that's what we help restaurants achieve, and that gets me excited.
That's awesome. And like last question, like where do you see marketing going in today's kind of digital AI age, from either product marketing standpoint or content marketing? Like where do you see that heading, and how do you kind of navigate that?
Yeah, one of the things that always struck me when you think about marketing, especially the last 10 years, everybody talks about online versus offline, the shift to digital. I personally never made it about online versus offline. It's about the right audience at the right time. And the marketing mix might be very different. But first I need to understand, who are you? What are the needs? What keeps you up at night as a customer? And then I will understand, what are the channels do you use in order to get the information you need? That will drive the marketing mix. It's less about how excited I am about geo-targeting through paid search, while I get excited about it, but it might not be the right channel. So I always have the philosophy, we will get to the right marketing mix, online and offline, once we understand how to best reach you. The second piece is, marketing is not just outputs. 4 tweets, 1 website, and 3 webinars. It's the outcome. How many leads did we generate? How much pipeline did we help? How much did we shift the reputational awareness of our brands? And I always look at 3 pillars when it comes to marketing: reputation, demand generation, sales enablement. That is what needs to structure, for example, a campaign.
That's awesome.
And then what is the outcome we want to drive? What are your needs? And then how can we help you? And then the marketing mix will follow.
Love it, love it. Well, I appreciate it, and I'll leave you with one thing. I'm going to go back to my days when I used to live in Kiel, Germany. Dankeschön.
Gerne. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.